All right, we're here in the JFlow, and here's the way to turn everything on. This little computer, press this button. It's the only one you can press. This is already on, so you see the light there. But you press it and release it. Here on the TV, press the top button. This turns on the screen. The setup should be more or less centered in the room-ish. It's got to make sure the cords, of course, don't come undone from the wall. So your best version of centered. And the webcam up top is what the people at home will be seeing. So here, the screen is now on. I'm going to jiggle the mouse. Brings me the blue screen with a warning, okay. It asks me for the front desk password, which happens to be listed right here on the keyboard. Capital Cats, lowercase JCC, 1284. Let me do that. Sorry, I'm going to type it while I'm talking to you. 284, there we go, enter. That's going to say welcome and take a little bit of time to get itself ready. So while we're waiting, you could always get your music set up, ideally with the speaker, because this little microphone here, this old-fashioned 40s style radio mic, is going to pick up whatever comes out of the big speaker. So if you're using your little speaker instead, see if you can at least get it pointing in the direction of that microphone. And you can adjust this to some extent if you're, but just kind of leave it on top of the TV there. Excuse me, top of the computer. So this is now on. Hey! And now that the screen's on, we can take the mouse and double click onto the Zoom icon, which is over here. Still loading up, might have gone too fast there. Once that comes up, it'll ask you for your Zoom login and password. And now, Amy, in your case, you're using Sue's. Hopefully she's giving you all that access information. So Sue's email, Sue's Zoom password. So we would click here, sign in. We're not going to join a meeting because you're going to start a meeting. You're signing in. You'd enter the email and password. I'm going to do mine real quick. Get the full visual. So bear with me while I type, one-handed. All right, so once you've got the correct email and password in, you can click sign in. If it's showing keep me signed in, that's okay. So basically Zoom is now starting up, and there you go. What comes up first for me, and probably for you as well, for Sue as well, will be your personal meeting ID. So you want to find the one that is for Sue's JCC classes. Mine looks like this, that's what I named it. And once you've found that one, the appropriate one for the hybrid class at the JCC, then you click the start button. If you were to click any other meeting, like for a different studio or for the personal meeting, then people at the JCC won't know how to get in. From here, we can click join with computer audio. All right, and it brings up whatever picture. I'm going to make this screen larger by maximizing up top there. And currently, my mute is not on, so everybody on Zoom, if they were joining, could hear me talking. They can't see me because I didn't click start video. So once that start video is clicked, the line is gone at the bottom there, red line. The mute is not on either. And there, hey, there's me talking to you on my cell phone. So once the meeting gets started, people will be joining. You can choose to pin yourself or spotlight yourself. And eventually, that's not something you're comfortable with, and that's okay, but eventually go to Manage Participants and click Mute All. And then it says, would you want to mute all current and new? That's correct, but you want to uncheck this box, allowing them to unmute themselves. You don't want to give them that power. You want to be in charge of the muting. So you click yes. So now that they've been muted, and the screen is showing the blue mute all, you can now go ahead and put this away by minimizing it. Now there's nobody in the meeting except for me right now, and if you're not comfortable with muting everybody, you could ask them to please mute themselves. But the way it should be set up should be that once you have hit mute all, even if they join late, they are going to come in muted and therefore not interrupt your yoga class. When you're done class, go ahead and say thanks everybody for joining and click the end button over here, which may be familiar to you already if you've taught on Zoom before. So do you want to end? You're going to say yes. There you go, end meeting for all, excellent. Before you leave, just be courteous if you would please log out of the Zoom. Go up to that top picture in the bottom right, or top right, excuse me. Click sign out. And you can go ahead and just remove Sue's email and click off of the Zoom here. There it is. So Zoom's now closed down. The computer is still up for now. Now, if there's somebody coming in right after you or shortly after you, then you would leave this on. If there's no one coming in, I'm going to finish it off now. And if you're not sure, you can always turn it off, but check the schedule maybe to see who's next. So going down to the bottom, using the mouse to find the shutdown. And then once you're done that, the TV will go off. The computer will shut off, and it is a done deal. Just make sure all the, of course, all of the curtains are closed, and that if you use the big speaker, it has been switched to off down here on the bottom, power off. If you don't use it at all, that's a non-issue. You are good to go. So that's the instructions. Thanks for your willingness to help out and do something a little unusual here using Sue's information, and we'll have to get you your own Zoom one of these days. Take care.